What's good, everybody? What's good? We're here, Curl Knuckle Air for the Curl Knuckle Network, for the special live WOTA Wednesday for the end of the year. I've always wanted to do something like this. I was thinking of a countdown at first, but I can't really think of anything I could count down for the end of the year. But here we are for the WOTA Wednesday special end of the year, New Year's. Definitely want to start things off talking about what happened on Christmas. If you're a fan of this channel, you're probably a fan of Reza Star Type of Artist because I make a billion videos about Reza Star Type of Artist. There was the dance analysis videos. There was random clips from the show. I do Reza Star. That's what I do. Fans love it. I love it. And if you were watching the final episode of Reza Star Type of Artist, which aired December 25th, at his Japan Standard Time, JST. Edlira Piki, hi. I hope I said that right. If you were watching that, you know that we saw the last episode of Reza Star Type of Artist, and it wasn't just the end of Reza Star as a series. They showed the entire Girls Heroine series in over the past years, and like that's it. They showed all of them. It was a nice little video highlighting some of the best parts, and then it just said fin, like finish, like the end. And I'm like, wow. I literally made a video saying the future of the Girls Heroine series, and I was dead wrong. Apparently that's the end. I hope it's not really the end. I hope they still do something else with it. Maybe, like, I honestly believe we're probably going to see like a hiatus for a while, maybe like a good year where we don't see anything, but I think they're going to put something else out. And if they don't, I will get a little concerned because I do know the whole way that Girls and Lucky Lucky joined, they were kind of like to promote these shows because Lovely Lovely was basically just a Love Katrina team. And then when the show ended, we lost all of them except for Reina and Yura. But it's weird how that works though. Cause like I was talking about this amongst my friends, and I was like, I find it weird that if you go back to Miracle Tunes, we lost every single member of Miracle Tunes that was part of Miracle after Miracle Tunes ended, except for Yuzu. So Yuzu Oda is basically the longest staying member in Girls. She's been there since Miracle Tunes. So everybody left except for her. And then immediately after that, you have Magi Majo Pures, where everybody stayed except for the main girl who played as Momoka. I cannot remember her name because I was not watching Magi Majo Pures when it first came out. So I'm sorry if I can't remember her name. I hope I don't offend anybody who's a big fan of hers. I don't know what her real name is. I just know her as Momoka because I thought it was funny that her name is Momoka and Momoka is playing as Rin. I'm willing to bet there's bloopers galore with Momoka looking at the screen when they say Momoka because she's Momo, she's Rin. And I do like, I just started Magi Majo Pures. It's like the last one in the series. I do like how her character is a lot more likable than Yotsuba. Like, I don't... Mike, or how you pronounce his name, Ichi the Killer guy. What were you thinking? You made Ichi the Killer. You made all this awesome stuff that I like. How do you have Toa Harada as your actor and you mess up the character? Yotsuba just was boring. But anyway, as I was saying, if you pay attention, you have everybody left except for Yuzu for Miracle Tunes. Okay, Magi Majo Pures, only one person left, which is weird. Like, I don't get how their graduation works as compared to other idols. And then with Phantom Mirage, you had the Mirage, because you had Miracle, Magic, and then you had Mirage. And nobody left. Like, all four members of Phantom Mirage are still in the group. That's why I had my fingers crossed and was hoping for a Phantom Mirage 2. I know it won't happen, but I was hoping for a Phantom Mirage 2. And then you had Lovely, which, okay. They stayed around for Love Katrina. And then when Love Katrina ended, all of them left except for, like I said, Reina and Yura. So I'm like, I don't get how they do these things, like what they're going for. But I do know they have some kind of system. And so then when Cure Making Powers ended, I was a little paranoid because I saw the two new girls with with Risa Star before we knew about Hinata, and I'm like, oh boy, somebody's gonna leave. Now the only thing I will say is if Rina Yamaguchi ends up leaving, it'll surprise me because she's like the fan favorite. She is their baby. She is not going anywhere. She's been in everything since she showed up. Even before she showed up, she was in the what was it? Mirai, whatever that video was called. She was in that one for Magical, and then she showed up at the end of Phantom Mirage. Then she was in Love Katrina. Then she was in Cure Making Powers. Then she showed up again in Riza Star. She showed up in the Garugaku drama. She's not going anywhere. If they randomly announce Rena's graduating, unless she herself decided she wants out, it wouldn't make sense because the fans love her and they love putting her in everything they have. So it'd be weird if they just did away with Rena. But I do have a couple of predictions for 2023. Because I'm pretty good at predicting things. A couple of predictions that I have for 2023 is I don't want to say who, and I feel like it'll probably hurt somebody's feelings if I said who I thought it was and why. But I do think we will see our first, well, I can't call it a first. Well, yeah, our first graduation from Girls or Lucky. We will see the first person actually like graduate from the group. Probably have a big celebration instead of how they like the other graduations. It was just, hey, series is over, she's gone, tell her goodbye. I feel like there's gonna be like a big concert, kind of how Hello Project, aka B48, everybody else would do it, a big celebration concert. I think we will see our first graduation from Girls, in particular, Girls, in 2023. I could be wrong, but I have a person in mind, and I don't want to say because I don't want to offend people because they might be like, oh, he doesn't like her. I like all of them. But I do think I have a person in mind, and I have reasons why I think she'll be the one that's going to have graduation. So I do think there will be the first normal style graduation of Girls member in 2023. As far as things like Hello Project goes, I think Miki no Naka is graduating next year. Reason being, Miki turns 24 next year, doesn't she? And it normally lasts only to 25. That and the new girl, what's her name? Marin, however you pronounce her name. I've always seen it right. I pronounce it as Marine because the way she has it. Is it Marine? I don't know her name. I don't follow Morning Musume as much as I used to, but she speaks English. Pretty good English. And Miki has like been like buddying up with her, like helping her with the English. I feel like now they're like, okay, we got someone that can replace you. We have someone else that can do a Hello Project link for the English speaking fans. I feel like Miki's gonna leave next year. You know what? Quote me on that. You can quote me on that. You can make a bet. You can do whatever. I guarantee you, before her birthday rolls around next year, which is October the 8th, she's gonna be at least announced a graduation if she hasn't already graduated. Miki no Naka is graduating in 2023. You heard it here first. WOTA Wednesday Season 2. Bookmark that. You heard it here first. Miki no Naka is graduating. Now watch when that happens. People gonna say I didn't say it, just like I called Akira Takaichi's graduation. But in the years going forward, what could I do for this channel and what they could do for Girls and Lucky? Because, like I said, I realized that this channel grew into what it is because of Riza Star, a lot of Riza Star fans. And so I know you guys want Riza Star content, and I want to make Riza Star content, so I'm going to still make that. But do be aware that there will be slight changes because Riza Star is over, and there's only so much content I can grab from the episodes and the concerts and ideas and fan theories or like lyrics or whatever you guys would like. There's only so much I can do with that since the series is over. And but again, I'm going to squeeze out as much content as I can because I want as much Riza Star. Like, my goal is to have the most Riza Star content on my channel, more than anybody else. So you guys will see me as the Riza Star type of artist guy. That is me. Riza Star and Cure Making Powers, I want to have the most of that. Like, I have a video in mind. I have it halfway done. It's a pretty silly idea, but I won't. I'm gonna title it "Every Bibito Kata Ever" for Cure Making Powers, And it's just a compilation of every time that Kirari ever says Bibito Kata at any point on the show, just in order from the first to the last, and has a count, has a counter in the corner telling you how many it was. Every time she says Bibito Kata, it goes ping. Then goes to the next thing. She goes Bibito Kata, ping, and it tells you how many times she said it during the show. So there will be the every Bibito ever video, and I hope you guys like that. I held a poll on the channel. No, I didn't hold a poll. I just said it. I should have held a poll. I probably should have. I asked, would anybody be interested in a Toa Tuesday? We have WOTA Wednesday. What about Toa Tuesday? Because we know I could talk about Toa Harada for days on end. She's like, of the current idols that are still doing things, she's my favorite right now at the moment. Yes. Like, how can you not like Toa? She's just extra for no reason. So Toa Tuesday is going to be a thing, and I guess to shed light on what to expect from a Toa Tuesday is not so much going to be like how WOTA Wednesdays are, which is kind of more like informative or like theories or stuff like that. Sometimes it might just be a random compilation of clips from concerts in Phantom Mirage or Garugaku, or just random compilation of stuff she did from stuff that they've done. And other times it might be theories. Other times it might just be discussing how she loves hysteric glamour. But yes, there will be Toa Tuesday starting next year. The first one I already have pretty much lined up. And like I said, there'll be more branching out into other idol groups since... See, I held back on it because I noticed the feedback that every time I focus on a group that is not part of LDH and is not part of the GL squared, I guess they'd call it. I don't know how you pronounce that, because I know it's not GGLL, because girls lucky, but they have it GL and then squared. I guess the GL family. Anytime I focus on a group that's not part of that, I notice they don't get as much attention as the other ones. Like, I did one with comparing the members of Nizu to Pokemon. I did one on Hello Project members. And I have other groups that I'm thinking of adding in, but I never did. I held off on them because I'm like, I'm going to wait until Risa Star ends. I just did not expect Risa Star's end to be as big for this fandom as it is, because it's the end of everything. And it's kind of weird for me because, like I said, I never watched all of Majimajo Pures. I'm just now episode like 12. So it's weird that I'm finally watching it. And my final show is the second show in the series, so that's kind of interesting. But I already had other groups in mind that I want to talk about. Atarashi Gakko is one of them, because we know how I just love Atarashi Gakko. I'm a big fan of. Oh God, must not be too big of a fan. I forgot her name, Suzuka. Wait, is her name Suzuka? Her name's not Suzuka. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wow, she has the same name like Sue Metal, because Suzuka Nakamoto is Sue Metal. There's Canon, Canon, Kanon, Mizuyu, Suzuka, and Rin. Yeah, she is Suzuka. Her name is Suzuka. But I'm a big fan of Suzuka. She reminds me of Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. She just, I don't know, something about her just makes me think Luffy. Like, especially when I see her without her glasses on, I'm like, if she had a straw hat, she'd look like a female version of Luffy. She just reminds me of Luffy. And she acts like him. She's kind of just goofy. And I know there's no leader in the group. That's the whole thing, is they're all leaders. But come on. Suzuka's the leader of that group. If you like Arashi Gakko, you like Suzuka. She's the leader. She's the face of the group. She got too much personality not to be. I mean, I like Ren, Mizuyu, and kind of just as much as everybody else. But yeah. I want to talk more about Atarashi Gakko. I already have a video already lined up for them, even. I want to do one with Ice Cream, because they're also under LDH, so I feel like better chances. I do seem like anybody under LDH or have any kind of affiliation to EXPG seems to get more attention. So there's going to be Ice Cream, there's going to be Atarashi Gakko, there's going to be... probably a lot more generations from Exile Tribe stuff, because I wanted to do more on them. because I know a lot of people seem to think I only focus on the girl idol groups, but I'm like, I've been quoted several times of saying that I think male idols have better voices. They just generally do. They have more strong, powerful voices. They hold them to a higher standard, for one thing, because they know the guys can only get away with so much. Like the girls can be like, "Hey, I'm not good, but look how cute I am. I'm cutesy. You guys like me." The guys can't really do that, and so the male idols they hold them to a higher standard, and by default, male idols seem to have like better singing and dancing capabilities because they held to a higher standard. They just are. You can argue with me all you want, but that's just the way things are. They are held to a higher standard. They just do because they know they can't just coast on looks. Like even within Risa Star Top of Artists, you have Ren and Shota. They didn't sing it all on the show, which kind of hurt my feelings. I thought they were gonna sing, but they danced. And in my personal opinion, feel free to disagree. They were the two best dancers on the show. Yes, that includes Rion. All of that. No, just Ren and Shota were the two best dancers they had on the show. Well, I take that back. Ren and Shota were the two best dancers of the main characters. The best dancer on the show, though she couldn't show her full dance potential, was Aoi Morikawa. She played as one of the quiet girl that was with what was her name? Toto? Toto, whatever. The one girl, they had the Regent Star dance battle against them. They're part of a group called Rich, Rich, Gorgeous. I did an interview with her and everything. She's cool people. She's pretty cool people. Her character on the show wasn't a bit, but the actress who played as her. If you've seen any of the stuff she posts on like TikTok or Instagram, she's the best dancer they had on that show. She just was, but she was a background character, so she couldn't show off her dance skills. But by all means, if you want to see her dancing, I'll drop the link after this is done to her pages. The girl got some dance moves. But yeah, with like male idols, they hold them to like a higher standard, so they can't just get away with just being subpar. So I definitely want to cover more of the male idol groups just because people feel like I don't get it. It's like a unfair thing. I even heard someone saying that they don't think it's possible for a straight male to be an idol fan. I'm like, what the heck? What's the guy doing anything? If you're a fan of their music, you're a fan of their music. If you're a fan of them, you're a fan of them. It's like I said in one of my videos. It doesn't matter why you like them. It's like when I watched the Sonic movie for the first time. I know everybody there wasn't fans of the Sonic the Hedgehog games like I were. Some of them probably were just Jim Carrey fans. Some of them were just probably kids who just like, oh, I like Blue Hedgehog, want to watch a movie, fun. Like, I don't care why you are a fan of something that I like. So long as you are supporting that thing that I like and that gives it, an opportunity to thrive and get bigger and be introduced to more people and stay afloat. Like, I've never been that type of person. Like, I like this thing and I don't want anybody else to like it but me. Then if no one likes it but me, then it won't have any sales. It won't have any fan base and it'll die out. Who wants that? When I like something, I like to share it with the world. That's just what I like. That's why my Twitter is basically just posting random idols that I like or anime and manga scenes that I like. Because if I like something, you're going to know. If I like it, I'm going to share it with the world. Like, hey, I like this thing. Check out this thing I like. That's just how I am. So for the groups of people that I've seen get upset and saying things like that, I'm like, first of all, like I said, my favorite idol group is not even a girl idol group. I mean, some people argue if they're idols. Like, they're idols. They're freaking idols. Generations from Exile Tribe. Everybody who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of Monday Sakaguchi and big fan of Ryota. That line he had on the Baki song, Unchained World, where he screams "Fight for Dreams" and it rotates around him real slow. Love that scene. That is one of my favorite scenes of the whole video. So I'm definitely gonna have way more content dealing with that. But as I said, I will not abandon the Reason Star fan base. So no, you don't have to click unsubscribe. You don't have to stop following my channel just because Reason Star is over. And I want to be here when, because I feel like they are definitely going to announce something else, acting wise. Whether it's superhero shows or dramas, they're going to announce something else. And I definitely want to be here when that something is announced. So I'm not going to just stop covering them. I mean, again, Toa fanboy. I'm going to mention Toa. I'm not going to just stop covering them altogether. And I hope to be here when they announce whatever they're going to do next. And I hope to be one of the first people to announce it. Like as soon as they announce it, I hope to be one of the first people that you come to and see. Hey, look, you had the news of it before anybody else. I try to get it before it gets out. So there's that. And as for the other two channels, I don't know if if you're following the other two channels. I do have a channel aimed at the Japanese fan base, which is Sunny Shorts. It's just short style videos. Gonna do a little bit more with those right now. Kind of in like the deciding phase of what I'm gonna do with those. Excuse me, as you get live, you get me coughing. See how many bloopers I have to cut? You see how many bloopers I have to cut when I don't have Meg in the background editing everything? Yeah, gonna do that. As for the Kuroneko Gaming, I know some of you are probably still here from when I had like gaming content on here. I just want you to know that gaming content is still coming back, but it's going to be on the Kuroneko Gaming channel. And if you're not following it, go ahead and do so now. I already have playthroughs of things like Sonic Frontiers, Pokemon Unite, Arena of Valor. There's like gameplay videos there's me actually finishing and beating River City Girls within the trial time that we had to finish it. So if you like that, like I might even start doing like challenges like that. Like every time they put a game on trial, see if I can beat the whole game before the trial is over. So if you like things like that and you want to just see a race against the clock of can he win, you want to follow Kuroneko Gaming. It's linked on the homepage of this channel. Sorry, I got something in the corner of my eye there. Yeah. See, God, there's so many edits that I have to edit out when I record these things. Golly. So if you're into stuff like that, definitely follow the Kuroneko Gaming channel. I'm debating if I should do a Kuroneko anime. But I put the anime and manga together, so I don't know what I would call them. Because if I call it Kuroneko anime, I feel like people think it's only anime. And I feel like we talk about manga more than anime because I read manga more than I watch anime now because it saves time. I read it and just get straight to the point. Sometimes, anime likes to drag things out. One Piece! And, yeah, it's shorter than the manga. I mean, longer than the manga. I'll think of something to call that one. I don't want to call it Kuroneko manga. I don't want to call it Kuroneko anime because I feel like if I put any one of those, it has to be something to encapsulate both of them. I don't know. I guess it would be all things, not just anime and manga. It'd be all things dealing with like the anime and manga and just Japanese culture. I could be lazy and just throw the word otaku in there somewhere. I can just call it the Kuroneko Hub. I don't know. Whatever, I'll let you guys know when I call it that. Whatever I end up calling it, and it will be the anime and manga channel if I decide to go with that. Because there's so many discussions that I have for like anime and manga, especially with things like One Piece getting towards the end. But this is still the main channel, but the main channel is like, again, it's going to be idle content. If you are looking for gaming content on this channel, not going to happen unless I'm playing something like the Love Katrina game for the Switch or Miracle Tunes game for the 3DS, and I find a way to stream that because I don't have a capture card for 3DS right now. So unless I'm like playing something directly idol related, I guess maybe Love Live, maybe. The Hatsune Miku Mega Mix or whatever it's called. It had to be something idol. Oh yeah, the Vocaloids and Hatsune Miku. That's I know some people are mixed on that because they feel like she shouldn't count because it's. I know I heard people getting mad saying it's like a super just generic idol because it's like mass produced. It's like people doing stuff behind the scenes. I'm like, but that's impressive that they can do all this behind the scenes and make Hatsune Miku. So definitely gonna have some Hatsune Miku stuff. If you don't like Miku, you're probably gonna hate me next year because I have like quite a few things lined up dealing with Hatsune Miku. So if you don't like her, you're probably gonna hate me. Definitely gonna try to secure more interviews with now that Risa Star is over. We're gonna try to land more interviews with the cast. I do have two cast members that have responded to me, and I've kind of threw the idea out there, and they didn't say no. They just said they're busy at the moment. One of them is I know a character that I know a lot of you would love an interview from. So I'm gonna try to secure another one of those. And yeah, that's pretty much what we have going for this New Year's. But what are you guys' plans for the New Year's? Anyone else planning to have any kind of something wildly different? I'm thinking maybe even the intro startup before. Like, how do you guys like the? Like, if you're not here watching this live, leave it in the comments below. I will read it. I read every comment. Like, I really seriously, because I appreciate the feedback that I get from the fans. So, your thoughts on the intros to WOTA Wednesday Season 2. I know a lot of people clicked off within the first minute of some of the videos because I'm guessing the original intro I had with Dunsha-ism by Tsubaki Factory playing, I think people didn't like that one. I love the Radio Fish Make Your Groove intro. That was like from WOTA Wednesday Season 1. Like when I think of WOTA Wednesday, that music always pops in my head. It just fits the vibe that I want to go with. I was thought about bringing that one back, but the new ones that I have now, where you see like clips of the video in the background as I do the voiceover, it seems to have a lot better retention. It seems like you guys actually prefer that because you can jump straight into it. And I get it when you're just trying to see what I'm talking about. You don't want to go through a whole minute of just random stuff. So that one being like a little 15, 30-second, like, hey, this is what the video is about. And then, yeah, I think the new one, the new intros seems to work better. But let me know. I will read these comments. If you're not here watching live, I will read it afterwards. Let me know your thoughts on how WOTA Wednesday Season 2's intro are. Do you think they're too long? Do you think they're just right? Do you think I should go back to the way it was with things like having an intro song and like different things scrolling by? But I do know that some of the complaints were like some of the things I was showing in the intro I never talked about yet. Like I know I always put Fakey in there, and I know they're not an idol group. I know they're not idols, but I like Fakey. I always put Fakey in there, and people are like, when's he gonna talk about Fakey? I had the group Beesh in there, and I haven't talked about them yet, really. But I got some videos for them lined up. Yeah, I'm thinking of even about bringing back the song of the week at the end of every video, where it's like song of the week. So it's like, hey, this is the song I'm listening to this week, and this is what I like. I also have, for people who don't know, there's a certain idol I've avoided doing a video on for obvious reasons. Well, obvious to me, but I don't think people notice that I have not done any videos on Tsuyuki Takagi. Even when the big scandal popped off and everything, I've not done a single video. There's a reason behind that, and there will be at least one major Tsuyuki Takagi video next year. And I hope you guys like it. It's going to be probably an hour-long special like the Momohime thing, because I already have like a lot of stuff. I got to edit some of it out because I know some of it is like too long and I kind of ramble. Alicia, hi. How's it going? You have shown up towards the midway point of this WOTA Wednesday New Year's special live. It's the first live WOTA Wednesday. But yeah, with that one, you guys know I'm often, if you watch the gaming channel at least, when something happens, I just scream, "Woo, Muffin Gang!" You're like, "What the heck is Muffin Gang?" There will be a video explaining what all the Muffin Gang stuff is and where it comes from and how that relates to Tsuyuki, and that'll be part of the video. So expect a hour-long Tsuyuki Takagi focused video, and may even get a surprise you don't expect at the very end, because I got some connections. That's all I'm gonna say. I got some connections, and I may or may not be able to have something very surprising at the end. I hope you guys like it. But yeah, I've purposely held off doing anything on Tsuyuki for reasons, because I'm like, I don't want to do any videos on Tsuyuki Takagi, because for one, I try to only do videos with like, you know, idols that I'm like fans of. I don't consider myself a fan of Tsuyuki Takagi, if that makes sense. Because at this point, I talk at almost a daily basis. I consider myself more or less a friend at this point. So I might be able to pull off some amazing stuff with this next video. Like, everyone within her fandom, with what she's doing now, which is mostly streaming on the Pococha app, everybody in that fandom knows me. They know King Kenji. You ask any of them, jump in and just say Kenji, they know me. I'm like the hype man in the group. That's why I haven't done anything on hers though, because I'm like trying to work with her to get something going. I'm a fan of Girls Heroine series. Also, I study English, so I'm hearing you speaking English to study. Oh, so you were also, so did you see the final episode of Riza Star Top of Artists, and how they kind of broke our hearts at the end by going, there's no more Girls Heroine series? Like, of all days, why announce that on Christmas? Christmas was not the time to announce that. Oh, that doesn't say Alicia, it says Aisha. But yeah, you're studying English. Hopefully your English is good enough to answer this one question I have with the are you satisfied with the amount of Girls Heroine and Riza Star content? Do they count as part of the Girls Heroine series? Because they're not really heroes in Riza Star, but they grouped it together with it. But are you like satisfied with the amount of Girls Heroine Riza Star content on this channel? And do you also think that we will eventually get another series from them, even if it's like late in the year? Because they normally started up in July. Normally in July is when like a new series would start, isn't it? Riza Star was short though. It was like 32 episodes when you think about it. Because it started, remember, it started during Kiramachi Powers, where they shared the 30-minute segment. And it cut some of Kiramachi Powers episodes to be condensed. And I hated that. Those episodes seem like teases, man. It's like you get enough of something, and then, oh, there goes the Paya Papaya song. I'm like, it's over. Yeah, it ended so like, I thought, the way they set it up, I thought that the show was going to keep going and show them eventually become the top of artists. It's in the name. But the whole show was basically Ryuji and Taiga are beefing with each other. Okay, they're not mad at each other. They're friends now. End of show. But it's called Top of Artists. They might as well have called it Riza Star Rivals, because it was more about them being rivals. And then it ended when they stopped their rivalry. I don't know. I think what they should do, and here's my idea. Here's my idea. I have two ideas. I'll pitch both of those ideas. I'll try to make these kind of quick. What I think they should do a Phantom Mirage 2. I don't know how they would name it. Would they call it Phantom Mirage Season 2? Would they call it Himitsu Senshi Phantom Mirage Part 2? Himitsu Senshi Phantom Mirage Season 2? Whatever. But do you remember the Garugaku drama? Because remember, they had the anime and then they had the live action drama. And it was a slightly, it was a slightly more mature compared to the other one's show. Like, I mean, for one, there was that scene where Ron was like cussing out the old guy, kept calling him a old fogey. But I mean, I interpret and translate it as old fogey, but I've seen other people who translate it as her cursing him out and like calling him a old dastard, but not dastard, but you know the word that rhymes with dastard. And I'm like, it could be translated as that, but yeah, it was kind of strong language at some point, and it was like you could take it a little bit more serious. It was like a little bit more serious show from the girls members. So I was thinking they could do a Feta Mirage Part 2 where they have them in high school now, so it's slightly more mature. And I even thought of like some crazy episode ideas for like episode where Saki is getting her driver's license or something, and the driving instructor becomes one of the horror plants and does a little heart thing. Because what they could do, if you remember Feta Mirage, all the villains turned good at the end. Wrong. They did not turn good at the end. We never saw what happened to Summer. Summer just disappeared and didn't come back. So Summer could be the main villain. I appreciate your working to catch up lyrics. By the way, I'm Japanese who live in Hungary. I can also study English with these lyrics. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I know a lot of people really told me they liked the lyrics for Ren's video, Walk Like a Champ. I don't know if that's the name of it, but a lot of people didn't know what they were saying on that part because the guy has a very thick Haitian accent. It sounds extra Jamaican or very extra Haitian. And it threw me off at one point on one part where he said, I'm like, what did he say? He says, ask about me. I've been putting in the time. It's like he says with an accent. I'm like, oh, he says, ask about me. I've been putting in the time. I'm like, okay. But Walk Like a Champ with Ren. Everybody likes those. So I'm definitely doing, I'm still doing shoulders. The final dance song, where he keeps saying, this world's a dance floor. That one's pretty easy lyrics. I'm going to be doing that one. Rion is the one that I'm struggling with because I keep hearing conflicting lyrics. It's hard to understand. We're trying to get Rion's. We know you guys want Rion's lyrics. We're trying to get Rion's Henshin song lyrics. And there's other YouTubers who have lyrics, but some of them sound right and some of them sound wrong. So I want to make sure it's correct. But I do appreciate the fact that other people have done them. I can't remember the YouTuber whose name I'm thinking of. Like I know one of them also has a Discord group that I was in for a while. So I'll try to get Rion's lyrics. She's the only one I'm struggling with. Shota is next. Like the Shota lyric video is actually coming tomorrow, actually. Yeah, because we have it. I'm very particular about like my thumbnails and optimization with like the whole all the meta stuff, the SEO stuff, tags and whatever. So it's already on the channel. It's just not public yet. So Shota's video is coming tomorrow. But the very first Wednesday of 2023, can I get a calendar pulled up? Do I have a calendar on here? No. I'm trying to get a calendar pulled up. I think I made a mistake. I think I froze up my stream somehow. No, I didn't. Okay, I can't get a calendar. What is the first Wednesday of, where's my phone? It's elsewhere. The first Wednesday of this year will be, because it was supposed to be this week. It will be the Korea Masuda focus video. We'll talk about Korea. Please don't kill me, people. Please do not hate me for what I have to say about Korea on my Korea video. Please don't. Just understand, I'm a huge fan. I do not mean to offend anybody with anything that has been said on this Korea video. So please do not get mad at me. I'm a huge fan. If I said something that you took the wrong way and took as offense, it is not my intention. I do not mean to offend with anything that I've said on this Crave video. But the Crave video is coming next. And the very first Tuesday of the next year will be the TOA Tuesday video. I'm going to try to lay the groundwork of what to expect from TOA Tuesday videos with this one so you can know what they expect. Because, again, it's not like WOTA Wednesday where it's like an overview of the idol. No, TOA Tuesdays is going to be just as random as TOA. It is. TOA's random. TOA Tuesday will be random. And depending on how people like it, I feel like I'm eventually going to get to the point where there's a Masaki Monday and a TOA Tuesday and a crap. There's no day that starts with a Y for Yoka. Oopsie. Minami Monday, yeah, but that's Masaki. Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna have like something like that. But my main favorite three in girls. Well, I guess the main four are the ones that were in Phantom Mirage. Those are my four favorites. Phantom Mirage is what introduced me to the group. Which, long story short, I watched the anime Aikatsu, which some kind of way Aikatsu introduced me to girls. Was it Aikatsu? No, it wasn't Aikatsu. It was Aikatsu led to another Magical Girl show. I know I was watching a show, and there was a special crossover episode with the Phantom Mirage team was on it. It was like an anime version of the Phantom Mirage girls. They were on that episode. They only had like one line. But it was like an anime, and they were like on that anime. I'm like, what's Phantom Mirage? And I want to find it. I'm like, oh, this show looks cool. I like these character designs. What is this? And then I find it, and it's a live action show, and I'm like, okay. And then Sarai happened, and I'm like, I am a fan for the rest of my life. I am forever a Rina Yamaguchi fanboy. How can you not be a fan of Sarai? And that shows why. Like, I keep accidentally calling her Sarai even because when I see her, I think Sarai. But yeah, everybody, we've been on this for 42 going on the 44-minute mark. Any last comments you have about the channel or anything you would like to see, make your requests. I read every comment, so any requests or any improvements to the channel you think you'd have, now would be the time to post those out there. I'll do all the reading of that. And again, if you want gaming content, check out our Kuroneko gaming channel. It's also on this fan page, not the fan page, on the main page. You'll see it. If you're one of the Japanese fans who want more content where I'm speaking Japanese and doing challenges like trying different Japanese foods and whatever, did you want to check out the Sunny Shorts section because it is aimed exclusively at the Japanese fan base. And also, we are still looking into doing Japanese version of WOTA Wednesday, which is Shin Kagayate WOTA Wednesday Fresh. We are still thinking about doing those. It was supposed to start this year. Lots of things got in the way of that as far as like editing. My green screen isn't here yet. I want to like really, like I didn't want to cheap it out. I want to go like, because when you think of Japanese TV, they're over the top. Japanese TV is like TOA, just extra for no reason. And I want to make Shin Kagayate WOTA Wednesday Fresh extra for no reason like that. So we are still doing that. And we will be coming with a manga, anime, just stuff like that channel. So until next time, this has been Kuroneko Nair for the Kuroneko Network, telling you all to be you, be true, be human. And again, if you did not catch this live, my apologies. But like I said, feel free to comment. I read all comments, and I will definitely take that feedback because I really want to try my best to make sure this is as enjoyable for everybody as humanly possible. Like for one, I do have one question with I did the lyrics for Sarai's Love Katrina Henshin song. A lot of people didn't know what they were saying on the rap part, and they didn't realize that they just threw out a swear word in the middle of her song. And so I put that out there. It didn't. Certain videos are not getting as much attention as I thought they would. So let me know what the problem is, what kind of videos you guys are looking for. Like I said, there will be the every Bibito Kata ever video. It's taking a while to find every time she's ever said that. That's going to be a fun video. But yeah, see you guys on the next one. Bibito Kata.